As a security guard, finding an intruder on your premises is one that, if not handled promptly and properly, could easily escalate to a violent situation. For this reason, it is important to know, understand, and put into practice an intruder protocol. The intruder protocol we will discuss today is one whose focus is on your safety and the safety of others on the premises. While there are more aggressive approaches, they may expose you and others to additional risk and require much more intensive training on use of force and the law, which is beyond the scope of this brief video. The bottom line here is, if you do not feel safe or sure of what to do, always call for backup or the police. While we will use the term intruder throughout this video, and our topic is an intruder protocol, it is important to understand that the intruder protocol applies equally to intruders and trespassers. Legally, an intruder is defined as a person who enters a premises or land with criminal intent. This intent could be to steal items, vandalize, commit arson or commit violence, sell illegal materials, or perform an illegal act. A trespasser is a person who does not have authority or permission from the landowner, legal tenant, or under the law to enter or remain on private premises or land. As you can see, whether an individual is an intruder or trespasser depends on their intent and what they actually end up doing while on the premises. Before we go into the intruder protocol, it is always best to consider preventing or reducing the risk of having an intruder or trespasser on the premises in the first place. How to reduce intruder-trespasser risk. Number 1, check and secure all doors, windows, and gates where an individual could enter the premises whenever possible. Report broken locks, hinges, and cracked or broken glass on windows and doors. Number 2, maintain a single entry and exit point into the premises, preferably where people sign in and sign out. Thus, under non-emergency conditions, there is only one way to enter and exit the premises. Number 3, conduct half-hourly or hourly patrols of the premises and be sure that you can be seen. Doing outside external patrols ensures maximum visibility, and if doing an internal patrol in a building, be sure that your presence could be seen through a window or glass door from someone monitoring the building from the outside, as well as being seen by workers, clients, or guests on the premises. By making your presence known, you in your security uniform are a visual deterrent to a criminal or trespasser of opportunity who is looking for an easy place to enter. In most cases, when they see a security presence, they will move on to a more easy target. Number 4, have protected by or patrolled by stickers on doors or windows, as this acts as an additional visual deterrent to a criminal or trespasser of opportunity who is looking for an easy place to enter. Number 5, when patrolling, the last thing you want to do is to surprise the intruder. So it is best to not sneak around but walk normally. If you are in a residential building or hotel, of course you are going to ensure you don't make excessive noise, but you also understand for your own safety you do not want to startle anyone, whether intruder or resident. Number 6, always carry a flashlight with you during patrols, whether it is day or night. During the daytime, you will have a flashlight to use in areas where there are no windows, such as underground parking garages and mechanical rooms. Shining the light in dark corners or having it should there be a power failure will ensure your safety. At night, you will aim the flashlight 2 to 4 meters ahead of you, not only to see where you are going when on an external patrol or in a partially lit building, but also to increase your visual deterrent factor. So, a criminal or trespasser of opportunity who is looking for an easy place to enter will want to move on to an easier target. The Intruder Protocol. The Intruder Protocol is to be used as a guide to help ensure your safety and the safety of others should you find an intruder or trespasser on the premises. The first step of the protocol is to assess. Step 1. Assess. Assess the situation with regard to your personal safety and the safety of others on the premises. Never confront an intruder if you are alone or before notifying police, another security guard, or co-worker on site. Continually assess your safety, the safety of others on the premises, and the security of the building. Consider if there is any action you can safely take to secure the premises and protect any persons on the premises. Never turn your back on an intruder, regardless of their demeanor, and always keep them in sight. It is very important to note that during the time the intruder is present, you will constantly go back to this assess step and update it as the situation progresses. The second step of the protocol is to act. Based on your observation of the intruder, determine if they pose an immediate threat to you or others on the premises. If they do pose a threat or exhibit violent behavior, notify police. Do not approach while maintaining surveillance of them at all times until the police arrive. Monitor and note the activity of the intruder, their location, what they may be doing, and their description. If they do not pose a threat, only if you feel safe in doing so, approach them, leaving at least a 2-meter distance between you and the intruder, positioning your body at an angle to them, ideally with your back towards an exit. This ensures you are out of their reach should they attempt to punch or grab you, while your body angle provides a smaller target. Never turn your back on an intruder, regardless of their demeanor. Here's a basic diagram as to where or how you should position yourself with respect to an intruder while confronting or having a conversation with them. Begin the conversation with, "May I help you?" After which you may say, "You are not supposed to be here and you will have to leave." If they try to engage you in further conversation, say, "Let's work on this in the lobby," or "Let me see what I can do for you downstairs." Your objective is to work on getting them to an area near an exit door and not further inside the premises. The closer they are to an exit door, the easier it is to get them to leave. You may have to ask them to leave at least 3 times before they comply. Be patient, but non-confrontational. Ways of asking them to leave, again, would be, "I really need you to leave now." "You can't stay here. Let's go." "I really need your help here. This is private property. You have to leave now before the police get here." Avoid putting the word "please" in front of any request you make asking them to leave, as this places you as a subordinate in the request, where you must be at the very least in a position of being equal and in control in order to get them to consider what you have asked of them. It is important to be aware that most individuals, when initially upset, will only resort to aggressive behavior should they feel they are not being listened to or their concerns are not being acknowledged. When speaking with individuals, always reply with a rephrasing of what they feel their concern is. Always use a calm, composed voice to respond to them, even if they are shouting or speaking fast or aggressively. Do not respond to them in a voice that matches their volume or demeanor, but rather respond in a calm and composed voice. After about 3 exchanges, the individual should begin to respond in a similar voice that you have responded in. Always focus on being empathetic. Follow-up. In your security report, note the time you discovered an intrusion on the premises, the time the police were called, the time they arrived, and the time they left. Be sure to include badge numbers or vehicle numbers of the police and what they did while on the premises. Include a complete account of where the intruder was found, where they went on the premises, what they did, and a description of the individuals involved. If they left the premises, indicate their direction of travel, if possible. Inspect the premises for any signs of damage, vandalism, or other conditions that may be out of place. Note these in your report.